So you can see here the aftermath of, of a test on an actual bench with a caster. And what had happened here was the linear guide blew out. As you can see, I had it printed with the layer lines going this way, rather than doing it as a hoop. Now, if I did it as a hoop, I don't think this failure would have happened. However, if I did it as a hoop, the screws would become a likely point of failure, where those screws melted. So I think this is back to the drawing board in terms of coming up with a solution. Now, the reason this happened is you see casters have an offset, and the failure occurred because of the torque that's being applied trying to twist this holder apart. If this was straight up and down, in line, this failure would not have happened. However, your caster wouldn't necessarily be aligned correctly. I mean, you'd have to turn them to steer it. Anyway, that's not practical. So, in any case, my favorite design incorporates the 608 bearing. That gets the best force in a straight push. £312. Nice. So, what works, what part of this design that just works, is the rocker is good. Having the rocker push the foot straight in line works absolutely fine. 100% robust. The other aspects that I did not like was mounting this to the bench. There was no good way with this particular design to drive screws in with this fully assembled, and that's really what I want. If I make the slide assembly partly out of plywood, that may solve the problem. I also thought of using a conduit strap so that I could print this in the hoop orientation, get all the maximum strength that I need in that way, but then make it so that it doesn't actually need to provide the strength. If there's like a steel strap over it, that's going to solve that problem. Here's a version with a 1/2-inch bolt, where the smooth shoulder of the unthreaded portion serves as a bearing. That works okay. Now you see this one didn't burst yet, but that's just chance. So it's got the same weak point. It just didn't happen to break because I guess this end of the bench is either lighter, or perhaps there was a small flaw in the print that started as a point of stress concentration. For whatever reason, this one didn't fail, but the mode of failure on the other one is such that I don't really have confidence in this design, even though it does work in this instance. More work to be done.